Alright. So... that one. This one. Yes. Gotcha. That one. We haven't seen this one, right? Yeah. Let's see if there's a switch around here. The question is, whose ending is this going to be? Whose route, rather? An eventual ending. I don't know. Terminology.
Subaru
route? I'm down for a Subaru route. It's always just the ladies. Give me a Subaru route. He sure likes to argue. Funny, considering he was just getting all hyped about swimsuits a second ago. Well, based on my experience, these sorts are always majorly awkward. I'm down for a Subaru route. My guess though is it's going to be the first female to appear that isn't Frau or Irie. That's who the route's going to be. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's a Subaru route. I hope there's a Subaru route. Look around once again. Apparently, this building is normally a store of some sort. It's actually quite well built. There are tables and chairs lined up inside. This must be where the kids are going to gather for the robot seminar. No, pal. Since the building already exists, they only really need some tools and whatnot. And I assume Subaru-kun isn't arranging for everything himself. Oh, there it is. Subaru-kun says as he holds his head. I think I wanted to turn myself down a little bit. I feel like I'm too loud. I don't know though. It's hard to tell. Oh. What in the world is he... What in the world is he saying? I get how it may seem that way sometimes. That could be construed as a bit xenophobic, but alright. What? Subaru-kun's raises his eyebrows in response to Yashio-kun's words. Oh boy.
もしかしたら子供たちの中には将来日本のロボット工学を背負って立つような子がいるかもしれない。ここで僕が適当なことを教えたせいでその子のロボットに対する興味を失わせ、ひいてはそれが大いなる損失につながるかもしれないんです。いい加減なことをするわけにはいかないでしょう。
I can't help but think that a kid like that would be interested in robots no matter what, but I decide not to say anything. I mean, you can't fault him for passion. He's certainly not wanting in that department. He clearly cares.
せっかく作り上げた中種ロボ部を僕の代で終わらせるわけにはいかないでしょう。
By the time Subaru Kyun is finished talking, Yashio Kyun has a smile on his face.
何ですかその顔は。
スバル君がそんなにロボ部のことを大切に思ってくれてるとは思わなかったからさ。
何を言ってるんですか。別に僕はそういうつもりで言ったわけでは。
いやいや、スバル君がそんな風に思ってくれてるなんてアキちゃんが聞いたらきっと喜ぶと思うよ。
やめてください。部長には言わないでください。
部長は君でしょ。
I was about to say, he still calls her the Prez. That's cute.
今はどっちでもいいです。それより絶対に言ってはダメですよ。絶対にです。
別に恥ずかしがることでもないのに。
とにかく僕には時間がないんです。ロボレクで何を教えるのか、どうやって教えるのかを考えてシミュレーションしなければならないんですから。だから君島こうのことは先輩たちが2人で何とかしてください。頼みましたよ。
Subaru Kyun says with a difficult expression on his face, then faces the laptop placed on the corner of a desk. Oh. From a distance, I can see a drawing of some sort of circuit. Is he designing a document for the robot lecture from scratch? Looks like he's making a robot. Are those protractors? He doesn't need to go that far, but I guess that's just his personality. It's a cool looking design.
スバル君に子供たちの相手ね。
I can see how this would be tough for someone like him. Having said that, neither Juntan nor Frautan seem like they'd do any better.
ま、でもスバル君なら大丈夫でしょ。そうなん？ああ見えて結構熱いものを持ってるんですよ。それが伝わればきっとうまくいきます。
なるほどね。
Two of us quietly leave it so as not to disturb Subaru Kyun, who is holding his head in his hands. Interesting. Alright. Is it Subaru route? That'd be dope. Be so down for that. Food court. Food court! And I think this is where you're supposed to go. I think I've done this one. Oh, it's the water balloons! Splishity splashity. I still love that even with the speed up, the throwing of the balloon is in real time. Wait. Oh no. Alright. Alright. Collect, I assume, just collect the geotag, yeah. Just do the thing. Play the game until... I got these. I guess they reset when you load a save, I guess. Makes sense, I suppose. Eh. Oh god, we're under attack! still love that picture. Him on the bed with the chips. Oh, okay, we gotta go through this one again. Keep forgetting that's gonna be a thing. I keep wiping it from my memory. Keep censoring it in my own mind. This traumatic experience. Hey, what's over here? I'm gonna look over here for a minute. Oh, look at that. Oh, look, my dresser. Dresser. Okay, good. I found some dirty clothes on a chair that are currently not in frame, but wasn't sure, so. Oh, good. Okay, we're back. Hi. All right. What do? Teach me the ways. Main stage. Beep boop. Don't move a muscle. I feel like I did this one. Is it? Okay, it's Frau. Interesting. That's so funny. Alright, and then just keep going. Whose route is this? It definitely seems like it would be Subaru's, but that would fly in the face of every assumption I would have made about this game. Because, I feel like in all of the science adventure games I've played, there's never been like a route that revolved around a male character, as weird as that is. Just seems, I don't know. I'd be down, because I like Subaru. He's cool. He's cool. Or maybe which route it is has literally no bearing on the characters that actually show up in these, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be a Nai route or a Juna route, just because reasons. Although they have been sort of setting up a bit of a thing between Juna and Subaru, so it could be Juna's route. I could see that. And like, it involves Subaru in some way. I'm just spitballing here, you know? I don't know. Exopause thyristor. It is Subaru! Yeah, also I didn't turn off I guess it was just showing his face. Subaru! That's awesome. This is how my father greets me after getting home from the fireworks show. He's always like this. My father is a fisherman. He leaves the house before sunrise every morning and hits the hay soon after sundown. This daily pattern is at odds with the rest of the family schedule. To begin with, he's rough around the edges and reserved. At some point, the two of us grew pretty distant.
Neru. Oyasumi.
I go to my room and head straight to my desk. Ever since I can remember, this room has been my castle. My father wanted me to inherit his fishing business. I'd always agreed to do as much, in front of him anyway. But the reality is that I loved robots too much to leave them behind. I once told my father that I wanted to go to college to study robotics. He objected, of course. Ever since then, I stopped saying the word robot in front of him. That conversation marked the end of my dreams, creating an even larger gap between the two of us. Or at least, that's how I felt anyway. I want to work with robots. How many times had I told myself that this was the past, something that could never come true? But no matter how much I tried to convince myself, I was unable to keep my feelings to myself. Trying to shut down those feelings had the opposite effect on me. Because robots were forbidden to me, the passion kept quietly burning inside. I disguised myself and entered a hobby robot tournament behind my father's back, I even won, yeah, like 3 times. Mr. Pleiades is a true champion. This room was the only space where I could immerse myself with robots, away from my father's prying eyes. I eventually went to high school, and as the days passed, I was convinced that I would become a fisherman. But that fateful day, I encountered Akio Senemiya, my weirdo senpai. Weirdo senpai. And after being forced to join the robot club, like, you're not kidding, strong-armed, literally blackmailed into joining the robot club, my repressed feelings came pouring out against my will. My father was livid when he found out I was still into robots, despite my promise to leave them alone. On top of that, his anger reached a whole new level when I got injured while working in the robot club. That time, I really tried to quit. But even then, I couldn't. And so, during the intense cold of February this year, my father accepted my desire to fight in order to save the world. The previously closed-off door separating the two of us was slowly beginning to open. Or so I thought. You know, I've been talking about this. They're probably going to go into the hopefully slightly go into his injury and how, like, just establish how his leg is, you know? He seems fine lately, so that's good. Just say something about it, you know? Or so I thought. Despite what some would say, it's not easy filling the deep trenches that form between people over a long length of time. On that day, when we saved the world, my father was there to help us. He even told me that he would be my legs. He congratulated me. But after that, every time I tried to bring up robots with him, I just couldn't bring myself to say the words. Similarly, my father never spoke to me about robots either. Is he still against me involving myself with them? I don't think that's the case. My father knows that I'm still in the robot club, even as a senior, and he hasn't once criticized me for it. So it's not like he objects to it. But either way, he doesn't bring up robots in front of me, and neither do I in front of him. It gets pretty hard to broach subjects like this after avoiding them for so long. So here I am, still struggling to tell him how I feel. The fact that I still want to study robotics in college. My father always wanted me to be a fisherman like him. Just as studying robotics is my dream, that was my father's dream. And I think honoring that dream is a son's duty. But on the other hand, I still don't want to give up on my own dreams either. Time just passes while we both struggle to be honest about our feelings. I am immediately invested in this character thread. I vocalized the words that I've repeated in my head over and over again for the past 6 months. But vocalizing them alone doesn't yield any answers. Damn. One night has passed after all the craziness. With the Waizaka Gun Festival entering its main phase, the turnout has been unprecedented. There are stamp rallies and other events going on left and right. It sure looks like the festival is running in full force now. But Yashio-kyun spots me staring blankly up at the sky and walks over.
Yashio-kyun.
It's true that there are more people at the festival than ever before. The Kokimijima craziness has a lot to do with this. An illusion of a mysterious robot suddenly appeared at the festival. TV stations and magazines obviously picked up on the news, and once it was made clear that no harm was done, people started flocking to the island out of curiosity. In other words, it's not a stretch to say that the craze made everyone in the country aware of the festival. Also, speaking of people off of the island, Maishi lunch! Today I'm having udon! Yay! Giant robot AR demonstration at Waizaka Gun Festival, Tanegashima. Taboo news. Is this really AR? In the article, during it, an image of girls cosplaying was added in. Part got me curious. Some images were uploaded online, and the guy who happens to be on the island is in them. That guy! completely distancing herself from him. That guy who's on the island. He's in the center of the... Does that mean B-Teeter was the one who thought up this idea? The world does not need two mad scientists. Sorry. I think I tried a little too hard. These are great. This guy is no good. This guy is no good. Gotta hurry up and do something about it. Oh, that's great. It's my favorite first is this guy. So good. I wish it would like alert me when there were new ones of those. Except the illusion is long since gone.
何言ってんの？あの存在自体がおかしなものだったんだから、なくなったのは喜ぶべきことでしょ。
それはそうだけどさ。
The giant robot present until yesterday is long gone. It's only natural to feel a kind of emptiness.
それより橋田さんはまだしばらくここにいるの？
うん。まあ一応そのつもりだけど。
I want to see my waifu and daughter really badly, but I've come this far. I'd like to see this festival to the end. Plus, I still haven't accomplished my real goal. Care to share, Daru?
でもどうして？
No, okay.
まあそのもしよかったらロボ部のことを気にしてもらえるとありがたいかなってさ。
ロボ部の？
橋田さんって俺よりもロボットについては詳しそうだし、それに一応は大人でしょ。
Technically an adult. That's literally how I describe myself to my nephew when wherever we're in a family situation, someone leaves me with him, I'm like, I'm technically an adult. I'm an adult in name only. By age only, I'm an adult. I love that.
いつまでも少年の心は忘れてないけどね。
だからもしよかったらみんなの相談なんかに乗ってもらえると思ってさ。
Yashu-kun casually ignores what I said and goes on about his hopes for me. Is it just me, or has he gotten kind of rough when it comes to dealing with yours truly? I'll just take this as meaning we've gotten closer.
オキドキ。僕にできることなら別に構わんよ。
本当に？そう言ってくれると助かるよ。
I'm already on a southern island. Might as well spend some time with the youngins while I'm here. Youngins. Maybe I'll have my final chance at adventure. Okay, what? Fighting game lingo. Player's last opportunity to win. Wonderful. That said, there are only a few candidates available to me who might need my counsel. Akitan, Juntan, Frautan, and Airitan. Subaru does not exist. But as far as I can tell, Akitan and Yashio-kyun seem like they're more than just friends, so I don't want to do anything stupid and get bit for it. So that leaves the three of them. Who should I go pal around with? Every one of them is charming in their own way. Let's just pick the first person I run into after this. Alright, it's settled.
この辺りにロボ部関係者は。
Friendos!
俺は。
Oh? We found one already.
よ、もし悩みがあるなら僕に相談してごらん。
Wait a minute, he wasn't an option. That wasn't one of the choices.
あれ、スバル君。
橋田さん。
Who could he possibly have mistaken him for? I'm sorry, I thought you were Juna. You look so similar after all.
どうしたの、スバル君。浮かない顔してるけど。
浮かない顔だってするでしょ。そもそも最初から僕は嫌だって言ったんです。
もしかしてロボットレクチャーのこと？
他に何があるって言うんですか？
Hold up.
大体子供という存在は苦手なんですよ。
Hold up.
それなのにロボットについて教えろだなんて無理に決まってる。あ、そうだ、ヤシオ先輩、僕と代わってもらえませんか？代わりに僕が受験勉強しますから。
How would that? How does that work?
いや、それ意味ないでしょ。だいたい俺はスバル君を
Makes no sense.
詳しくないし。
いいんですよ。きっとヤシオ先輩くらいのレベルの人が話した方が子供だって理解しやすいでしょうから。
Nice backhanded diss.
何気にバカにされてるよね、俺。
Is this going where I think it's going?
冗談じゃない。なんで僕がこんなこと。
あのさ、スバル君、一つ提案なんだけど。
そういえば僕、ちょっと用事が。
Just sneak away. I attempt to remove myself from this unfortunate situation, but Yashio-kyun tightly snatches the sleeve of my shirt. You shouldn't have said anything, man.
橋田さんに
I've seen this Hatine before. That one drives me nuts. That one's an actual thing, right? They literally, I think they put it in here, right? It's like just lingo for pattern. Meaning pattern. That drives me nuts. That literally why. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Stop.
橋田さんって子供いるんでしょ。だったら俺たちよりも子供の扱いに慣れてるだろうし。
It's true.
いや、子供っつってもまだ3歳にもなってない幼女ですし。
それでも俺たちに比べれば慣れてはいるでしょ。
自分の子供ならいいけど他人の子供は。
That's when I noticed something pulling on the opposite sleeve. She's a very little girl, about 5 years old. What?
橋田さん、まさかその子。
違う。僕は嫁一筋。よそに子供なんていないのだぜ。
じゃあ、
Oh dear.
その子は
The girl's face suddenly shrivels up, morphs into a frown, and just like that, large tears are rolling down her cheeks. Yashio-kyun and Subaru-kyun are still shooting me doubtful looks. I nonetheless ignore them, squat down to meet the girl eye to eye, and gently pat her on the head.
もしかしてお父さんとはぐれたん？
The girl nods silently.
オッケー。そんじゃおじさんに任せといて。
We have a papa to find.
ありがとうございました。
Found him. It's not long after taking the girl to the Lost Child Center near the HQ that her father shows up to pick her up. Family reunited. Mission accomplished. I keep waving back at the girl, who repeatedly turns around as she waddles away. That's adorable. I love that. I love these wholesome moments. I live for them. Ah, crap. Seeing a crying little girl made me think of my own daughter. Damn it, I just displayed how responsible and reliable I am. Damn it. At this rate, I'm gonna be stuck helping Subaru-kyun for the duration of the festival. Ever since arriving on Tanegashima, I've pretty much been hanging out with Yashio-kyun the whole time. The madness from earlier over, I thought I could enjoy some fun adventures, but sadly it looks like I'm stuck on dude patrol. Wait, I have the perfect idea.
わかった。相談に乗るのは別に構わないよ。
本当に？
ただその前にもう一度スバルキュン以外の人に担当を変わってもらえないか当たってみた方がいいんじゃね？
確かに僕としてもそうしてもらえるならそれが一番いいですが。
If one of the girls can take his place, I'd not only get to provide them with counsel, but I would be willing to teach them all sorts of things. In fact, I'd like to be taught a lot of things myself. Not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
私の場合社長命令なので。私ロボットのことほとんど何も知りませんけど、それでも大丈夫ですか？
We already did your route, sorry.
どうしてもというの
Nice.
考えなくもない。
Again, we already did your route, sorry. You're immediately disqualified.
ただしメガネが女装してコンテストに出るならだが。
I changed my mind. I want her. I agree to your conditions, Frau. You're hired.
純ちゃんも愛梨ちゃんもコナちゃんもダメか。
Oh.
となると、あとは
瀬宮先輩ですが。
She's got work.
アキちゃんね。仮にアキちゃんに頼んだとしてどうなると思う？
それは。
Oh dear.
それじゃあこれからレクチャーを始めるよ。ここに集まってるみんなロボット好きなんだよね。ってことはもちろん
Oh god.
頑張れるは知ってるよね。え、嘘、知らない？本当に頑張れるのこと知らないの？
Turn into a gun barrel screening session.
ダメダメ、ロボットが好きなのに頑張れる見てないなんて。特にみんなくらいの年齢の時にこそ絶対見ておくべきアニメなのに。よし、それじゃあこれからレクチャーの時間を使ってみんなで頑張れるを見よう。
They're not entirely inaccurate about this.
全部で3シリーズ155話あるから今から見始めるとだいたい
瀬宮先輩には頼めませんよ。
Hold on, I'm doing the math. 155 episodes. Assuming it's probably like 20 minutes an episode, so 3 episodes would be an hour. 20 hours, 30 hours, 40 hours. About 51 hours, almost 52 hours. That's a lot of hours.
だよね。
It's a lot of time. Wow, so that's how everyone sees Akitan, huh? But they might be right. She'll probably start playing with the children instead of teaching them anything. That means Teen Girl has been annihilated. It's dude bro time. In other words.
スバル君に頑張ってもらうしかないね。ほら、そんな顔しないで。橋田さんだって手伝ってくれるって言っとるんだし。
あ、やっぱそうなる？
だって相談に乗ってくれるってさっき言ったでしょ？
言いましたね。
Why is it gotta be a dude?
男子ばっかりで何の話をしてるんですか？
It's Nai! This cheerful voice must be the one and only.
あ、そうだ、ナエタンがいた。
はい。ごめんなさい。私も JAXA の方でイベントがあってお手伝いできないんです。
Damn it! Damn, I forgot that JAXA is also exhibiting at the Waizaka Gun Festival. Of course. Tanegashima is known for rockets, and the first thing to come to mind when it comes to rockets is JAXA. It wouldn't be a stretch to say that JAXA is Tanegashima's most iconic institution, and although the event is themed around robots, it'd be odd for JAXA to not cooperate.
ほらね、やっぱり橋田さんしかいないって。
もしかして橋田さんがスバル君の担当を手伝ってくれるんですか？
It's seeming that way. Naitan suddenly leans in toward me.
あ、いや、そうと決まったわけでは。
She then firmly grabs my right hand with both of her hands.
さすがですね。若い子の面倒を見てあげられる人って大人って感じで素敵です。
でも橋田さんあんまり乗り気じゃなくて。
僕としてもそこまで嫌なら無理して協力してもらわなくても。
そうなんですか？
It's in quite the pickle right now.
やだな、そんなわけないじゃん。面倒見のいい大人で知られる僕なのだぜ。男子だろうが女子だろうが、この橋田至に任せなさい。
それじゃあ相談役任せていいの？
もちろん。
There, I said it. Happy? Naitan has gotten terrifyingly good at manipulating men. Granted, I'm at fault for letting her do this to me.
ま、ひとまずは良かったね、スバル君。
I think Kaito knew exactly what he was doing too.
まあ子供の扱いには慣れているようですし、少しは頼りになるかもしれませんね。
Subaru-kun says as he turns toward me.
それではよろしくお願いします。
His tone comes off as kind of snotty, but there's not much I can do now that I've accepted the gig. I'll just have to deal.
ところでカイトくんの方の調子はどう？
調子？何の？
もちろんお勉強の。今のうちにしっかりやっておかないと宇宙飛行士にはなれませんよ。
ああ、遊んでるように見えて、これでも一応それなりには。
Yashu-kun explains as he shows us his phone droid display. There are all kinds of physics questions on it. Every time we've been at the festival together, he's been glancing down at his phone droid every chance he's had, so I assumed he was playing games or something. I guess he was actually studying. I was going to suggest that he'd be the perfect person to help Subaru-kun, but he has a pretty legit excuse.
感心感心。今夢に向かって頑張っておけば無駄にはなりませんよ、きっと。
だといいけど。
Naitan must have studied really hard to get it to her current position. That's probably why her words have so much weight to them.
そういえばスバルくんも受験生ですよね。お勉強の方は大丈夫ですか？
僕はヤシオ先輩と違って今までちゃんとやってきてますから。
That unnecessary savagery.
言い返したいところだけど、間違ってはいないからしょうがないね。
Fair enough. I like Kaito. He's so just like, oh, well, fair enough. I don't know if he's being a good loser or what.
そっ
Yeah.
か。
Humble.
でも受験勉強してるってこと
Realistic.
は進学するんだ、スバル君。
それは
親父さんには話したの？
Subaru-kun's silence says it all. Looks like he's got bigger problems than just the robot lecture.
僕の進路は僕一人の問題ですからほっといてください。それより今僕が解決しなければならないのはロボットレクチャーです。とりあえず明日までに僕なりにレクチャーのためのプログラムを作ってみます。
スバル君が？
ええ、相談に乗ってもらうからといって全てを任せるわけにはいかないでしょう。
Despite all his griping, this kid clearly has a strong sense of responsibility. I can
ですから
talk.
ヤシオ先輩と橋田さんはそれを見た上でどうすればいいか助言をお願いします。
Subaru-kun stands up, says his farewell, and disappears into the crowd of people.
ああいう性格だとこの先も苦労するよね。
ま、それがスバル君だから。
Maybe his personality is also getting in the way of his moving on to college. Though that doesn't mean I just get to stick my nose into his business. Hasn't stopped you before.
言った通りに作ってきました。
As he declared he would, Subaru-kun came prepared with a summary of his lecture program. A so-called rubric, if you would. I've heard that word before. What does that mean? He document that contains the points summarized from a meeting or class, also used as a material that references the bullet points or summary of content. Rubric. I'll remember that. Seeing that he has dark circles under his eyes, he must have been working on it late into the night. He hands it to me, and I immediately notice how heavy it is. Considering it's a giant mass of papers held together by a large paperclip, I'm not sure this really qualifies as a rubric anymore.
Robotics ではこれを元に授業を進めていくつもりです。
I can tell he's put his heart into it. Subaru-kun speaks with confidence. Man, it'd take ages to get through all of this.
どうでしょう。忌憚のない意見を言っていただければ。
I don't have the time to look through everything and comment on it. Well, maybe I do, but it'd be a waste of time. When I glance over at Yashio-kun to gauge his reaction, we meet eye to eye. Seems like he's on the same page as me.
どうしたんです？遠慮はいりません。何でも言ってください。
そうね、思うんだけど、こういうのはやっぱ実際にやってみないとわからんと思うんだよね。
どういうことです？
つまり
Yashio-kun and I nod at each other, then I pull out my phone droid.
急に呼び出してさせん。
Oh, speaking of phone droids, anything new? No.
Buin が困ってるなら OG としては協力しなきゃ。ごめんね、休憩の間しか時間取れなくて。
Call her on a break. Give her a break, man. Oh wow, we got everybody.
忙しいんで産業で頼む。
Yashio-kun and I summoned the whole robot club to join us during their break.
それで私たちは何をすればいいんですか？
今からスバル君がロボットについての授業を始めるから、それを受けてほしいんだ。
Huh. Right. Instead of reading through the rubric, it'd be faster if we actually have him do the lecture in a test environment. Basically, we're conducting a simulation. Since everybody is on their lunch break, it's no big deal if folks are eating.
へえ、授業なんて面白そう。
驚いた。アキちゃんが授業に興味を示すなんて。高校時代はあれほど毛嫌いしてたのに。
I mean, it's robots, so, you know.
ロボットの授業となれば話は別だもん。
ペンギンだね、ほんと。
すみません、忙しいとこ
うんうん、知っておけば私が担当してるバトロボの方でも役に立つかもしれないから。
I want to do that route. I want to do the route where the battle robots.
スバルさんがどんな授業をされるのか楽しみです。
Thankfully, it looks like everyone is being cooperative.
よし、そうと決まれば、ほれ、スバルキュン。
ろ。もう始めるんですか？
Yo, wait.
そりゃそうでしょう。時間が取れるのは休憩時間だけなんだから、早いとこやらんと。
わかりました。では早速。
Subaru-kun steps forward and pushes up his glasses like an actual teacher, then scans everyone's faces. I mean, to be fair, he does that thing himself all the time, so it fits.
それではこれより授業を始めます。
He's actually pretty into it.
そもそもロボットという言葉はチェコ語で不益を意味し、このように世界の歴史においてロボットというものは人間の労働を肩代わりするものとして、
We're gonna look at Akio. If he somehow
ロボットが発達するとともに軍事的に利用されるロボットも、
if he somehow managed to bore even Akio, then all is lost. All right, we lost Juna.
次にこの図を見てください。この図は先ほどのホビーロボットの基盤回路ですが、それほど複雑な構造をしているわけでは。
We lost Irie.
これから未来に向けてロボットをいかに発展させていくかは人類の大いなる命題となるでしょう。以上で僕のロボットレクチャーを終わります。
After finishing everything he needed to say, Subaru Kyun scans everyone's faces once again. There's a great sense of satisfaction on his face. Oh, no, you lost Akio. It's over. It's over. That look of pity on Irie's face is gold. That is pure pity. That is absolute, just the most pitying smile I've ever seen. Oh, I can't even. Oh, he's staring into my soul.
あ、終わったの？
Good morning.
もうはい、なかなか。
クソつまんね
フラウボ
フルゴーリ、今なんて言った？
つまんなすぎわろた。字幕なしのフランス映画見てる方がマシなレベル。
Damn. That's some savage critique. I swear I spy a depressed sound effect bubble appear behind Super Kyun for a split second. That's great. That's how intense Subaru Kyun's shock is after hearing Frautan's remark. Hold on, I gotta... Is that, like, was that sound effect actually part of the... No, okay. What do you... Dong!
待ってくれ。これは僕が一晩考えた末に作り上げてきた授業のレジュメに沿ったもので。
一晩考えようが3分で作ろうがクソはクソだろジョー。
Oh, damn! He's already... Oh, no! No! That is not a sound I want to hear from Subaru! That's so sad! No! I mean... Like, I appreciate the honesty, but... Goddamn! That's so brutal. Yikes, that was to the point.
みんなはどう思った？セノミヤ先輩は。
うちにはちょっと難しかったかな。
Akitan, you fell asleep right in the middle of it.
大徳先輩。
Oh man, this is actually... I'm not used to this level of, like... desperation from him. He's like so... He's really distraught about this.
ごめん。よく。
Oh, she's making that face again.
かも。
Irie, stop making that face.
雪船さん。
すみません。
Well, that was painful.
ああ、見事に落ち込んじゃったね。
Not that I can blame him. He spent his entire night working on that rubric.
一体何がいけなかったというんだ。
And he's oblivious. This might be harder than I thought it'd be.
つうかさ、真面目すぎんじゃね？
真面目の何が悪いと言うんです？
いや別に真面目なのが悪いんじゃなくてさ、ほら、秋田も言ってたじゃん、難しすぎって。
教える相手の対象年齢は
8歳から12歳と聞いて
Oh,
ます。
good lord.
だったらなおさらあの内容じゃ難しいでしょう。
そんなことないはずです。少なくとも僕はそのくらいの年齢の時、 すでに自作のロボットを組み立てていました。
それはスバル君が特別なだけだよ。
Smart kids tend to think that everyone else should be capable of doing everything they can. So when they see less capable people, they often get annoyed with them. I'm guessing Subaru-kun has similar tendencies.
とにかく子供相手なの
Everybody's different.
もっと分かりやすくて面白いものにしないとさ。
それは甘やかしというものです。それに最初からわからないと決めつけるのは子供にだって失礼でしょう。
This guy is stubborn.
とにかく僕には僕なりのやり方しかできません。それがダメだというなら最初から僕に頼まなければいいんです。
Oh, don't be like that, Subaru. Not long after he says as much, Subaru-kun's expression darkens in response to his own words. Then,
すみません。
he apologizes quietly. He's not a bad kid. Just definitely stubborn.
スバル君にも困ったね。
We all assumed Subaru-kun was stressed out from staying up all night, so we sent him home and decided to stay behind to come up with a game plan. The problem is that all of this goes back to his personality, so I can't figure anything out on my own since I don't know much about him. I have a policy of not asking about people's private matters, especially when I haven't known them for very long. And hearing about it from someone else is even worse. But still,
スバル君の家ってさ、何か事情があったりするん？
how could I not ask? What's the deal at home? Yoshio-kun's silence says it all.
もしかしてパパさんと仲悪いん？
どうしてそれを？
Bingo.
昨日言ってたじゃん、進路の話。パパさんには話したのかって。
ああ。
That's what caught my attention about him. A father and son relationship.
差し支えなければさ、話してくんない？スバル君のこと。
俺が？
だって本人に聞いてもどうせ教えてくんないでしょ。
本人が教えないことを俺が教えるわけにはいかないでしょ。
He's got a point. In that case,
しゃあない、秋田に聞くか。おい、秋。
I attempt to call out toward Akitan's back as she works tirelessly in the food court, but Yashio-kun covers my mouth. That's right. Is he still doing that weird thing with the fingers?
それはこっちのセリフ。橋田さんこそ何するつもり？
I totally forgot about that. In the last game, he had a really weird, like, instead of covering people's mouths, he would put his fingers in their mouth. I hope he stopped doing that.
だから僕はスバル君の家庭の常時、
Kaito, please.
事情について教えてもらおうかと。
ダメだよ。アキちゃんに聞いたら話しちゃうから。
だから聞くわけですが。
Yashio-kun thinks to himself for a bit, then slowly opens his lips.
スバル君はさ、将来漁師になるって約束を親父さんとしてたんだって。
His old man wanted him to inherit the fishing business. And Subaru-kun intended to do just that at first. But there was something he just couldn't let go of. Robots.
きっかけは親父さんが買ってくれたおもちゃのロボット。
He fell in love with the robot he got when he was little. And that began his lifelong fascination with robots. As he grew up, his passion for robots grew accordingly.
でも高校に入ったスバル君はロボットはやめるって親父さんと約束したんだ。
Even then, his feelings for robots never went away. In fact, the more he tried to forget about them, the bigger those passionate flames inside of him grew. He started building robots behind his father's back. He went so far as to disguise himself so he could enter a hobby robot competition, and he even won. I feel like this is the exact same text from Subaru's inner monologue. Like, I swear this line is exactly the same as the one, just replace he with I. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna check that later, because that's funny to me. Like, this line in particular. And probably more. But one day, his father found out about it all. As one would expect, the old man was furious. Yet even then, Subaru-kyun couldn't give up on his robots. He also didn't want to disappoint his father any further. As a result, they clashed. They clashed and, well, Subaru-kyun broke.
アキちゃんの強引な勧誘で中種ロボ部に入って親父さんに見つかってさらに怪我まで
Actually, that was you, Kaito. You were the blackmailer in that situation. Let's not try to retroactively change the story, man. I played it. I was there. Thus, he gave up on robots once and for all.
そこに起こったのがあの事件だ
This past winter, the entire world was in danger. And the ones to save the planet were the members of the Central T Robot Club.
戦う俺たちの姿にスバル君は戻ってきて共に戦ってくれたあの時は親父さんもそんなスバル君の思いを分かってくれたと思ってたんだけど
It sounds like things didn't go well at all. Didn't go so well. Yeshu-kyun doesn't appear to understand why or how that ended up being the case. But I can understand how Subaru-kyun feels. Most teenagers would rebel against the idea of running along the rails that their parents have built for them. Some of them would try to get themselves off of those tracks. I feel like I've had this thought before. I don't think we know literally anything about Daru's parents. Like, literally nothing. I don't even think they've ever been mentioned. But for Subaru-kyun, it was different. The flame kept burning quietly inside of his heart, and it only grew bigger as the external winds kept blowing through it. I can relate to Subaru-kyun. There are some things you just can't let go of, dreams you can't abandon, a future you desperately desire above all others. Having those things just comes with being a man. But... tearing up.
もしかして泣いてる
だってさ
I can understand how his father feels too. His own child, who he believed in, lied and broke their promise. And to make matters worse, behind his back, Subaru-kyun was pouring his everything into the thing he banned him from. How could a father possibly feel after spending so much time trusting that his son would follow in his footsteps, only to have that dream crushed? Would he praise him? Or...
もしも娘が知らないところで知らないことに夢中になってたなんて考えたら
Would I be able to keep my cool? I probably couldn't.
そんでもってそのうちパパと一緒にお風呂に入るのは嫌とかパパのパンツと一緒に洗濯しないでとか
I knew it was gonna get weird. Daru, please.
話がずれてきちゃってるよ橋田さん
ああ娘のこととなるとついさせん
でそれがスバル君の今日の授業内容と何か関係があるの
いやないかも
何それ
I thought maybe there'd be a connection, but perhaps they aren't directly related after all. But as a father myself, I'm curious about the discord with his old man. However, first things first, we have to do something about the robo-lecture. Not that we have many options. I whip out my phone droid and pull up one of my contacts.
何するつもりなの
Who's it gonna be?
任せとけって
Robo-lecture event hall is more crowded than it was the day before.
こんなとこで何しようってんだよ
Hold on. Anything. Ah! Why?
何しようってんだよ
用があるなら早くしろよ
Bunch of kiddos.
ねえお菓子もらえるんでしょ
俺は祭りの食券って聞いたぞ
Food coupons.
これは一体
Now I'm hungry.
どういうことです
Subaru-kyun says with his head in his hands as he sees a crowd of about 10 bratty kids making a ruckus in the event hall.
スバルキュンが授業を行うためには子供に慣れてもらうのが一番だと思ってさそれでジュンタに頼んだってわけ
Ah.
ごめんね。
Kids from the dojo.
弟たちで。
And her
弟
brothers.
これみんな大徳先輩の弟さんですか？
Subaru Kyun glances at the 10 or so loud kids running around to the event hall.
あ、言っとくけど、弟は3人だけだよ。他はうちの道場の生徒さんたち。
ああ、なるほど。
I had heard that Junten's family runs a karate dojo, and that a bunch of kids gather there to train on certain days of the week. So I asked her last night if she could bring them here today. Children are opportunists, so they won't simply agree to something just because you ask them. Apparently they were promised snacks. Hence why I baited them with snacks and food court coupons so that they would agree to show up. Subaru Kyun scans the event hall once again and frowns.
おい
それにしてもこれは
おい
呼んでるよ、スバル君。
え、僕ですか？
お前だよお前
He must be around 12 years old. Subaru Kyun is clearly uncomfortable with the way the kid is staring at him.
なんだ君は年上に向か
Oh my god, I just noticed the honorary prez on the poster. That's great.
年上だからって偉いとは限らないだろだからお前はお前だ
This kid knows what's up.
まあまあ
Absolutely true.
落ち着いて。
そんなことよりお前姉ちゃんの彼氏か
Ooh.
姉ちゃん
It takes him a second to realize that. It takes a second for him to recognize the meaning of the word.
お姉ちゃんってまさか
Subaru Kyun suddenly gets flustered.
違う僕はそういうんじゃ
ほらトシ、またそんなことばっかり言って。
I like how her brothers just immediately assume any male friend is he your boyfriend? Is he your boyfriend? Is he your boyfriend? I guess that's kids though, right? They just say what pops into their heads.
だろうな。もう、マサもシンも。ごめんね日高くん。うちの弟、失礼なことばかり言って。
このガキいやお子さんたちが大徳先輩の
そうなの。ほんと、わんぱく盛りで困っちゃうと思うけど。
Nuts!
悪気はないの。許してあげてね。
そうですか
Subaru Kyun smiles bitterly as he inches away from the children. I expected as much, but it looks like Subaru Kyun can't handle children in this age group.
それで答えは
は
He already answered you.
だから姉ちゃんの彼氏なのかどうか聞いてるだろ
Did you not hear him? He said clear as day, no. No. By the way, when I first met them earlier, they never asked me if I was her boyfriend. I would hope not. How rude.
さっきも言っただろ違う僕と大徳先輩とはそういう関係じゃない
ほんとか？
言っとくけど本当だよ。スバル君とジュンちゃんは部活の先輩と後輩ってだけ。
なんだ、そっか。じゃあいいや。
ちょっと待てどうしてヤシオ先輩の話はそう素直に聞くんだ
Subaru Kyun looks frustrated with Juntan's little brothers, especially after they easily accept Yashio Kyun's words. Yeah, he established dominance, I believe, through the power of what was that game called? Kill Ballad.
だって師匠の言うことだし。
Mister.
師匠
This goes back to when Yashio Kyun first visited Juntan's house. Her three brothers apparently thought he was going to steal away their beloved sister. In response, Yashio Kyun challenged them to a battle. In KB, that is. No, he beat those children within an inch of the... That's not true. Ever since then, they've apparently been addressing Yashio Kyun as master.
ヤシオ先輩は相変わらずキルバラで全てを解決するんですね
Subaru-kun words are... There aren't that many typos, I swear. My brain just locks into them. Subaru-kun words are laced with disgust, but I don't think I'm the only one that feels that there's a hint of admiration in his voice. At any rate, the little brats started calling Yashio-kun master after he brutally defeated them in KB. And said master is the one who easily clears up the misunderstandings surrounding poor Subaru-kun.
そういうわけだから、今日はその人がみんなの先生ね。ロボットについていろいろ教えてもらって。
Brats. Addressed as brats.
ほら先生、聞いてやるから早くしろよ。しろよ。
Subaru-kun frowns sourly at the clear difference in their attitude between him and their master as he takes a hold of the rubric he must have spent last night remaking. Oh, the kids are going to be even more honest than Frau was.
アニメにおけるロボットはスーパーロボットと言われるものからリアルロボットものと呼ばれるものに変遷を遂げたわけだが。
Oh God, put some life into it, Subaru. Jesus.
この場合のリアルという言葉も必ずしも現実的なものではなく、そもそも人型兵器という時点で。
なあ、今週の仮面ライダー見たか？
Why are you not interested in my robot lecture? Everything is so interesting. Robots are so cool.
見た見た、めっちゃかっこよかった。
Pay attention.
お菓子は？
Priorities. This kid has them. Bring on the snacks. After the children leave with snacks in hand, Subaru-kun falls to the floor, his head bowed. I've never seen such a perfect oars pose before. Great.
少し難しかったかな。
僕なりに子供たちに分かりやすいように作り直したつもりなんですが。
There was no passion in your voice, man! He included anime-related topics to try and create an easy hook, but it turns out that the topic itself is too complex for anyone to follow. The girls in particular didn't seem to care at all. Many of the women in my life are anime fans and nerds, so I never really considered them special or all that rare. But now that I think about it, I suppose girls like Akitan are pretty unique.
でも今日の子たちはみんなロボットにそれほど興味ない子ばっかりだし。
そうですよね。ロボレクに来る生徒たちは違いますよね。
Subaru-kun desperately tries to cling on to the shabby lifeline that Yashio-kun tossed to him. But...
それはどうなんだろう。
え？
Oh God. Stop. Stop.
ジュンタン、ロボレクに応募してくる子ってどういう子たちなん？
お祭りのホームページから応募してきた子たちです。あと当日枠も多少。
つうことは祭りに来たし、せっかくだから参加してみようって子もいるわけでしょ？
そういうことになりますね。
At the end of the day, this is the Waizaka Gun Festival. It was originally the annual local gun festival, so it's not all about robots.
つまり必ずしもロボットに興味がある子だけじゃないってわけだよね。
そうですね。
Subaru-kun hangs his head again in disappointment. He's been going up and down for a while now. It's actually kind of funny to watch. Sorry, you sadistic bastard.
だから無理だと言ったんです。
ちょっと日高くん。
最初から僕には誰かに物を教えるなんて才能はないんですよ。しかも子供相手になんてダメです。もうお手上げです。
Subaru-kun suddenly gets up and approaches Juntan.
そもそもどうして僕がロボレク担当なんですか？どう考えてもバトロボでしょう。人選ミスです。 今ならまだ間に合います。大徳先輩、僕と代わってください。なんならヤシオ先輩でもいい。
まあまあスバル君、少し落ち着いて。
こんなの屈辱だ。
I suppose elites like Subaru-kun are way more sensitive than dregs like me. Since they haven't experienced much failure in their lives, they perceive a small tumble to be some kind of fatal mistake. And after such a humiliating experience, they're unable to get back up on their feet. It's a constant downward spiral from there. I too am a dreg. Very used to falling on my face, metaphorically. Unfortunately, I've seen lots of people like this in my lifetime. I don't necessarily believe that Subaru-kun will end up like them just because of this one failure, but there's no guarantee that he won't either.
スバル君は今回みんなに話を聞いてもらえなかったのはどうしてだと思う？
バカにしないでください。興味を持ってもらえなかったからでしょう。それぐらい僕にだってわかります。
それが分かってるならやるべきことは簡単じゃん。
Be interesting.
つまりまずは興味を持ってもらうことから始めなきゃいけないんじゃねってこと。
興味？
そりゃそうだよね。興味のないことをどれだけ言われたところで聞く気になんてならない。
特に子供はそういうものかもしれませんね。
Gotta start with a hook.
でしょでしょ。となるとまずスバルキュンがやらなきゃならんことだって決まってるじゃん。
Exactamundo.
ロボットに興味を持ってもらうということですか。
Subaru-kun slowly raises his face after looking down this whole time.
そういうこと。
でも子供なんて移り気で忘れやすい動物でしょ。そんな連中に興味を持たせるなんてどうすればいいのか。
スバルキュンはさ、なんでロボットに興味を持ったん？
僕ですか？
Subaru-kun thinks deeply to himself for a moment.
僕は最初にテレビでホビーロボットの大会を見て、
なんだスバル、ああいうのが欲しいのか？
欲しい。
そうか、だったらいい子にしないとな。
いい子にする。勉強もいっぱいする。
スバル、いいもの見せてやろうか。
いいもの？
こいつなんだと思う？
Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. This is gonna make me cry. This right here. This is gonna make me cry. It's gonna do it.
ロボット？買ってくれたの？
約束だからな。男同士の約束は破っちゃダメだって父さんいつも言ってるだろ。ほら、ちゃんと自分で責任持って組み立てるんだぞ。それと絶対に途中で投げ出すな。
わかった。約束する。
ま、頭のいいスバルならこんなのすぐ組み立てられるだろう。
最初は二足歩行のロボットなんて夢のまた夢で、それでも買ってもらったロボットはとても大切で。
As Subaru-kun recalls the distant past, he has an almost childlike wonder on his face.
それなのにどうして親子の間に溝ができてしまったん？
どうしてそれを？
ごめん、スバル君。俺が喋っちゃった。
ヤシオキュンは悪くない。僕が気になってどうしてもって無理やり言わせたんだ。
Subaru-kun looks at our faces one at a time, then sighs deeply in resignation.
いえ、いいんです。別に隠す必要のない事実ですから。原因は簡単です。僕が父さんの言いつけを守らずにロボットにうつつを抜かしていたせいです。漁師になるって約束したのに。
でもスバル君はロボット工学の道へ行きたいんでしょ？それはパパさんに言ったん？
前に一度。でも強く反対されて。
それ以降は？
言っていません。
どうして？
もしもまたダメだって言われたら。
Is he afraid of his father? No, that's not it. He's afraid of being rejected again. Afraid of his dreams being rejected. Afraid of his future being rejected. And to him, all of those things mean he himself would be rejected. Oh, God. Not crying. According to what Yashio-kyun told me, it seems like Subaru-kyun's father finally accepts the idea that his son is into robots and will be going forward. But on the off chance Subaru-kyun brings it up again and his father rejects him, the wedge driven between the two of them will be permanent. Maybe it's the fear of this happening that's causing Subaru-kyun to freeze in place. So how does his old man feel about this?
結局僕は怖いんです。父さんともう一度向き合うのが。
Oh God. It's not easy to confront someone face to face, even when that person is a member of your own family. Ain't that the truth? But
それはパパさんも同じなんじゃないかな。年を取るとわかるんだけどさ、人っていくら年を取って大人になったようでも心の中は若い頃とそう変わんないんだよね。誰かと結婚して親になって威張ってても心の中はそんなに簡単には成長しないし、ましてや達観なんてできやしない。あがいて取り繕ってそれでようやく親をやってるだけ。幼い頃はパパパパって言って慕ってくれる子供だってさ、大きくなって自我が芽生えてくればやっぱり他人なわけでさ。そうなるとこいつは今何を考えてるんだろう、自分のことを嫌ってないだろうかって、そんなこともわからなくなっちゃう。お父さんみたいになりたいって言ってた子供が急に別の道に進みたいと言い出した時点で、きっとパパさんは怖くなったんだよ。わからなくなったんだよ。スバルキュンが自分のことをどう見てるのかが。わからないってのは怖いことなんだ。
父さんが僕を怖がってる。
聞けば厳しいパパさんだって話じゃん。でもそういう人こそ怖がりなもんだよ。そんで怖いから言えないでいる。言い出せないでいる。将来どうするつもりなのかって。
父さん。
スバルキュンはさ、もう一度理解しようとしなきゃいけないんだよ。パパさんのこと、そしてロボレクに来るだろう子供たちのこと。
子供たちのこと？
そう。それはさ、どっちも同じことなんだよ。多分。
それにしても驚いたよ。
I've managed to make it this far without actually shedding any tears, so that's good. I've come close. Yashio-kyun utters after we part ways with Subaru-kyun and Juntan. I'm shocked too. I didn't think Subaru-kyun would listen to what I had to say like that. But
まあ、スバルキュンも今回のことでちょっとへこんでたっぽいからね。その分聞く耳があったってだけでしょ。
people are more or less honest when they're feeling vulnerable. Wait. People are more or less... Okay. Especially kids like Subaru-kyun, who have never known failure.
違うよ。俺が驚いたって言ったのは橋田さんの方。
僕の？
スバル君の親父さんの気持ちあんな風に理解するなんて。
ああ、なかなかもっともらしい話だったでしょ。
Yashio-kyun stops walking and shoots me a surprised look.
もしかして適当に言ったの？
そりゃそうっしょ。僕の娘なんてまだ小さいんだお。あのくらいの年の子供を持つ親の気持ちなんてわかるわけないじゃん。
In fact, I took those lines from my favorite eroge. Of course, I mean, does he say anything that isn't from... I've learned everything important there is to know about life from eroge. BT dubs.
感心した俺がバカだったよ。
Oh my god. Incredible. Hashida-san's words repeat in my head.
わからなくなったんだよ。スバル君が自分のことをどう見てるのかが。わからないってのは怖いことなんだ。怖いから言えないでいる。言い出せないでいる。将来どうするつもりなのかって。
怖い。父さんが僕のことを。
My father is the absolute authority in my life. He's always strict, dignified, and unwavering. How could he, of all people, ever be scared of me? But...
スバル君はさ、もう一度理解しようとしなきゃいけないんだよ。パパさんのこと。
Did I ever try to understand my father? I always felt like he could never understand what I was going through. But maybe I was the one that was holed up in fear, unwilling to consider how Dad felt. If what Hashida-san said is true, I go to the living room and make eye contact with my father, who just happened to stand up. Judging by the time, he's probably about to go to sleep.
父さん。
I want to pursue a career in robotics. Will you forgive me?
どうした？
いや、なんでもない。
そうか。
The man of few words heads to his bedroom.
まただ。結局また何も言えなかった。
All the times that I've avoided communicating with my father weigh heavily on my lips.
父さん、少し痩せたな。
Dad's back has gotten smaller than I thought. And realizing that makes me just a little bit sad.
やっぱさ、ヒーローだと思うんだよね。
Akitan says as she places out our food down on the table. Today, Subaru-kyun came to us expressing that he wants to give this robo-lecture thing another shot. Yashio-kyun is here with me too. Akitan's comment came as the three of us were in the middle of discussing things over lunch at the food court.
いきなり何なんですか、瀬宮先輩。
あれ、子供が興味を持つものは何かって話をしてたんじゃないの？
Sounds like she overheard our conversation.
ごめん、アキちゃん。もう一回言ってくれない？今なんて？
だからヒーロー。あのくらいの年の子が好きなものって言えばヒーローじゃない？ほら、種子島とかさ、子供たちにも人気あるでしょ？
Gashi man? Is that the Sentai thing with the costumes and the masks? I'd be down with that. The one Dario was watching while eating chips. Yeah. Tanegashi man is it man or man? Tanegashiman. It's probably Tanegashiman. Tanegashiman is the local Sentai hero series that I caught on TV in my hotel the other day. Considering how they do shows at public events and even have merch, they must be pretty popular around these parts.
Hero,
Yashio-kyun says before delivering a spoonful of curry and rice into his mouth.
ていうか、何これ？なんで甘いの？
あ、それじゃがいもの代わりに安納芋入れてみたんだけど、どう？会のための特別メニュー。もし美味しかったら店長に言ってメニューに採用してもらおうかと思うんだけど。
Wow, she's straight up using him as a guinea pig. That's great.
安納芋は安納芋でもこれ干したやつだよね。
あ、うん。そっちの方が甘みが凝縮してるかなって。
店長には言わない方がいいよ。
After seeing Yashio-kyun's reaction, a look of disappointment washes over Akitan's face.
そっか。いけると思ったんだけどな。
どうせ入れるなら干してないやつの方がいいんじゃない？
Despite his complaints, Yashio-kyun completely clears the plate. I can tell he's trying to be considerate. But for now, more importantly...
それはありかもしらんね。
いやいや、やっぱ欲しいもだとカレーとぶつかり合っちゃうから。
not the potatoes!
そっちの話じゃねえし。
じゃあ、何の話？
だからヒーローの話だろ、ジョコ。
ああ、そっち。でもヒーローなんて興味あるの男子だけじゃないの？
So weird.
ち。まったくこれだから素人は。女子だって戦うヒロインが好きなのはここ十数年の日朝を見てれば常識なのだぜ。
うちも子供の頃好きだったよ。
Akitan nods in full agreement.
日朝って何ですか？
そう。
Jeez, why are these boys so disappointing?
とにかくアキタンの言う通り、子供はみんなヒーローやヒロインが好きなのは確かなんだから、それを利用しない手はないってこと。
利用すると言ったってどうするんです？ゲストにでも来てもらうんですか？言っておきますが、そんな予算は。
もうスバルキュンたらとぼけちゃって。
別にとぼけてなんていません。
When I start poking at Subaru's Kyun's side with my elbow, he doesn't even try to hide the annoyed look on his face as he swipes my arm away. What a buzzkill.
またまたそんなこと言って。僕知ってるんだお。
I pull out my phone droid from my pocket, boot up an app, and show my screen to Subaru-kyun and the others who adjust their doubtful gaze. Accordingly. Ah.
7人の女神の祝福により、我400光年の彼方よりここに降臨。
Remember this guy? I remember this guy.
I am
Mr. President!
Yes!
さんがどうしてそれを
As Subaru-kyun turns red and tries to take my phone droid away, I laugh audaciously and duck away from his hands.
僕の情報網を侮ってもらっては困るのだぜ。
さすが。
In reality, I simply had Juntan tell me where it was.
そもそもミスタープレアデスとロボレクの話と
Yeah,
何が関係あるんですか？
whoever that is.
え、それマジで言ってるん？だとしたら鈍いにも程があるんですけど。
鈍くてすみませんね。
Sounds like he really doesn't get it. I glance at Akitan, who similarly seems lost. Only one person here has actually caught on. Really? It does seem pretty obvious.
要するにミスタープレアデスが主人公のヒーローショーをやろうっていうわけね。
ミスタープレアデスが主人公の？
ヒーローショー？
That's right! そういうこと。
It's...
冗談じゃない。
Subaru-kun and Akitan yell completely different things simultaneously.
どうして僕がそんな見せ物みたいな真似しなければならないんですか。
みたいなじゃなくて見せ物だをショーなんだから。
Damn.
だったらなおさら冗談じゃない。お断りです。
なんで
Overruled.
ミスタープレアデスがヒーローだよ。いいじゃん、みんな喜ぶよ。
そういう問題じゃありません。そもそもミスタープレアデスは見せ物用の存在じゃない。
じゃあなんなん？
それは世を忍ぶ仮の姿で。
I can't believe he said that with a straight face.
ますますヒーローっぽいじゃん。
Very true.
瀬宮先輩は黙っててください。
Akitan lowers her shoulders after Subaru-kun shoots her down with authority.
俺はいいと思うな。
I'm down. I vote.
ヤシオ先輩まで何を言うんですか。
だって子供たちに興味持ってもらわなきゃいけないんでしょ。デパートだってお客を呼ぶためにヒーローショーやったりするんだから考えとしては悪くないんじゃない？
でしょでしょ。
I'm still, I think I've only just now fully figured out what Kaito's shirt says. It says Space Wanderer, and then the middle part says Cat Jet. I don't get it. It's lovely. I don't understand.
ですが
Subaru-kun's morale is low after taking fire from an unexpected direction.
ミスタープレアデスがヒーローになって悪の組織と戦う。そして登場するホビーロボット。子供たちもロボットに興味を持つこと間違いなし。もちろんそこからの授業はスバルキュン次第になるけど、つかみとしては申し分ないんじゃね。
I pulled this out of nowhere, but it's starting to feel like a pretty solid idea. Yeah, I really am a genius. You're certainly a super hacker, that's for sure.
そう簡単に行くとは僕には思えません。それにデパートのヒーローショーはみんなが知ってるヒーローが出るからいいんでしょう。ミスタープレアデスは誰も知りませんよ。
What are you talking about? He won like 3 Robo 1s in a row. Like in the world of hobby robots, I thought he was pretty well known, right? Oh boy. That's when a loud voice suddenly explodes from behind us. Oh, not this guy. the big man himself. Yeah. We turn around to find a huge man standing there triumphantly.
深田さん。
話は聞かせてもらった。そのアイデアなかなか面白いじゃないか。
待ってください。まだ話は決まったわけじゃ。
Don't do it.
悪の組織と戦うミスタープレイヤーです。大々的に言えれば祭りの目玉の一つにもなる。みんなが喜ぶ、子供たちも喜ぶ、わしも喜ぶ。さすが橋田さん、最高じゃ。
でしょでしょ。
僕は喜びません。
そんじゃスバル君も喜べるようにすりゃええ。
どうやってですか。
そりゃ自分で考えるんじゃ。
そんな
盛り上がってきたわい。
Wonder who's gonna play the villain.
ちょっと待って。
Mr. Candy walks away while laughing loudly. He clearly doesn't hear a word of what Subaru-kun is trying to say to him. As for the man of the hour...
ダメだ。あの人が言い出したらもう後戻りはできない。
Nope. It's all over now. He again falls to his hands and knees and hangs his head low.
まあまあ、そんなに落ち込まなくても大丈夫だって。
そうそう。ほら、ミスタープレアデスの時、スバル君だってノリノリだったじゃない。結構うまくいくんじゃない？
先輩方は他人事だからそんな風に言えるんですよ。
Subaru-kun maintains his depressed pose for a bit, but it eventually gets up sluggishly and turns his back to us.
あ、スバル、どこ行くの？
今日は帰ります。
I can feel the sorrowful aura surrounding him just from looking at his back. Oh.
さてと。
あれ、どこか行くの？カイ。
俺たちだけここでぼんやりしてたって仕方ないでしょ。帰って勉強もしなきゃいけないしさ。
あ、だったら。
ねえ、あそこにいるのって。
Who goes there? Is it Juna? Hope it's Juna. I look in the direction of Yashio-kun's fingertip to find...
あれって確かスバル君のパパさんだよね。
Okay. Nope. There's no mistaking it. I'd recognize that tough-looking face anywhere.
なんでこんなところへ?
I mean, wouldn't he be here for the festival? Yeah, we've seen him around the festival. So... In fact, he's looking at the festival map right now. He must have a destination in mind.
あの方向ってさ。
行こう。
Is he going to the robot lecture? Like, is he gonna end up going and, like, being interested? As Yashio-kun runs off, I follow closely behind him. But it's for kids, so... eh. Sorry, Aki-tan. You got work to do.
そういえば、アキちゃん何か言いかけてたけど、何だったの?
さあね。
That's for you to think about on your own. I feel for you, Aki-tan. I really do. Yashio-kun suddenly stops in his tracks.
この先ってさ。
Subaru-kun's old man is making his way to... the robot lecture hall. That's right, the very place where Subaru-kun will be teaching children about robots in a few days. His father stands still and gazes at the venue. Because his back is turned to us, we have no way of knowing what sort of face he's making.
Hashida-san!
Oh. I decided to approach the older man directly. One of my favorite things is when it's just like, you know what? Let's communicate. Let's be direct about this. Let's talk. He immediately turns around, surprised by my sudden approach from behind.
どうも、橋田です。
After seeing Yashio-kun off to my side politely bow to him, Subaru-kun's father's eyes widen in surprise even more.
こんなとこで何してたんです？
別にたまたま通りがかっただけだ。
Passing through, eh? He was most definitely trying to find this place on the map. Like father, like son, they're both stubborn and insincere.
それよりも何か用ですか？
いや、別に用ってわけじゃないんですけどね。
そうか。では。
I hurriedly stop Subaru-kun's father as he tries to hastily make an exit.
ちょい待ち。そう釣れないこと言わないで。ここで会ったのも何かの縁つうことで、少しお話でもいかが？
こちらには特に話すこともない。
まあそう言わんとね。
After standing directly in front of him, he frowns slightly and eventually lowers his shoulders in defeat.
手短に。
I'm curious what they're going to talk about. We find a nearby bench and plant ourselves down there.
話っつうのはまあ、スバルキュンのことなんですけどね。
Oh, cutting straight to the point, huh? I managed to bring up the issue, but I don't know where to steer the ship next. While contemplating my next move, Yashio-kun steps in and makes the magic happen.
スバル君のこと気になってたんですよね。気になってたからここに来たんでしょ。
The older man keeps looking ahead without responding. At the end of his gaze is a close-knit family looking happily walking together. Bleh! At the end of his gaze is a close-knit looking family happily walking together.
去年のあの時のこと気にしてるんですか？
I don't know the deets of what happened back then. Whatever it was, based on the painful expression that formed on his face the moment Yashio-kun mentioned it, I can tell that this is the wedge that's been driven between him and Subaru-kun.
気にしてるならその気持ちをスバル君にそのまま伝えればいいのに。
男が
He mumbles.
男が一度口にしたことを取り消せるか。
Pride. It's only natural for a man to honor his own pride. It's embarrassing to walk something back as if it were nothing. A generation ago, in our father's time, these types of people were common. I was born at the tail end of that generation, so I can just barely understand the feeling. But I imagine it's probably pretty tough for kids these days to wrap their heads around that kind of thing.
でもくだらない意地でしょそんなの。
Flustered after hearing Yashio-kun's careless remark, I quickly look at Subaru-kun's old man's face. I figured he might get upset, but...
くだらないか。そうかもしれんな。
He says, still looking forward with sorrowful eyes. The family from earlier isn't there anymore.
一つ聞いてもいいですか？
ああ、なんだ。
どうしてスバル君を漁師にしたいと思ったんですか？
Subaru-kun's aspirations for the future are at the root of the deep trench between him and his father. In that sense, Yashio-kun's question is perfectly appropriate. But will he respond to such a personal question? That doubt ends up being for naught.
あいつがスバルがまだ小さかった頃に言ったんだよ。大きくなったらお父さんみたいな漁師になるってな。
Child's dream. His words must have been sincere. He must have really felt that way at the time. It must have given his old man so much joy to hear his son say that, and all kinds of great expectations and dreams must have been born out of that joy. But children grow up. And as they grow up, their world expands past their home and family. All of a sudden, they're being exposed to unfamiliar things and ideas. They start socializing with more people. Their interests change and develop. Their vision for the future changes.
もしかしたら俺は置いていかれると思ってたのかもな。あいつに。
Parents are forever chasing after the shadow of their young child. Maybe that's what it means to be a parent. Perhaps he felt like the love Subaru-kun had for him would be stolen away by robots.
大事なのはきっかけだと思われ。
きっかけ？
スバル君もさ、パパさんもすれ違いの時間が長すぎて素直になれないわけでしょ。だからさ、話すきっかけさえあればお互いの時間を取り戻せていけるって僕は思うんだけどさ。
That fated incident earlier this year should have been that chance. But they let it slip past them. And that lost opportunity created another huge wall between the two of them. But it's not as though there aren't more chances. We can create as many as are necessary. At least I believe so.
ちょっといいですか？
Yashio-kun asks as he stands up, looking like he's been thinking about something.
一緒に来てもらいたいところがあるんですけど。着きました。
Since Yashio-kun came on his scooter and Subaru-kun's father rode his light truck, we're all loaded up in my rental car and headed to...
ここは
the airport?
旧種子島空港だっけ？
そうだな。
で、昔の空港になんのよ。
ここはね、俺たちロボ部がガンツクを作るのに使ってたんだよ。
Gunbuilt. I believe that's the name of the giant robot that the Central T Robot Club built. If I remember correctly, the Let's Build a Life-Size Gun Barrel project. Yashio-kun walks ahead of us along a large paved path. It looks a lot like a runway. Probably because it's a runway. And waiting for us at the end of that path.
しばらくは使ってないけどね。
The birthplace of Gun Build 1.
ちょっと待ってて。
Yashio-kun opens the door to the hangar and heads in. It's too dark inside for us to tell what the place looks like and where we are, from where we are.
多分この辺りに。
Yashio-kun fishes around the hangar for a while, but he eventually raises his voice.
あったあった。
Yashio-kun exits the building covered in dust. He has something in his hand. As soon as Subaru-kun's father sees what it is, his expression changes.
それは
Is it the robot?
パパ、もうちょっと
The
力入り
I
ます
can't remember
から
its
ね。
name. The big bulky his partner, Subaru's partner. I can't remember what the name is.
お土産いっぱい持って帰るから、それまでいい子にしてるんでちゅよ。
After getting to speak to my lovely daughter for the first time in a while, I lay down with a warm feeling in my chest. As long as we keep communicating like this, our relationship will stay healthy. I hope. Right, that's how it's supposed to work. There's no way my daughter would one day start ignoring me. What did you do today? Who did you play with, and what did you learn? Who are you talking? Is he talking to me? Mostly just this. As long as we keep communicating like this, I can watch my little girl's world expand without having to feel lonely. At the end of the day, the current state of Subaru-kun and his father's relationship is the end result of a lack of communication. The two didn't have any time to come to understand each other. If so...
僕ってほんとお人よしだよね。そんなことまでする必要ないんだけどさ。
Please. Hey, more things. Yesterday I went to visit B. Teeter-kun's home. B. Teeter-kun wasn't there, but I talked a lot with his wife and daughter. Oh. Yeah, Auntie Mayushi. Does B. Teeter fulfill his role as a father? Don't mean to interfere with private life, but god damn. Both wife and daughter are very lonely because B. Teeter-kun has been away from the house for so long. I guess that means he is a good father. They've grown close through watching Omen Rider on Sunday. Omen Rider! On Sunday mornings together. The fact that it's Omen Rider, not Precuro, means his daughter has a promising future, nya. Heh, you wouldn't understand. Life is always in danger, slipping away bit by bit. Wow. Ooh, that made me want to go home right now. Mayushi lunch! Karage lunch set again. That's so sad. Alright. Love these. But I'm already all aboard this train. I've got no choice but to ride it all the way to the last station.
やっぱさ、最後は敵が巨大化してロボで戦う展開じゃないと。
巨大ロボとか無理すぎわろた。
でもヒーローものと言ったらやっぱり後半の巨大ロボじゃん。
おもちゃメーカーの都合を持つ。それよりもミスタープレアデスに敵の怪人が浴場するというのはどうか。
Nope.
浴場？
触手に絡め取られるミスタープレアデスとか全米が大歓喜。
Nope.
そんなの喜ぶのブラボーだけだよ。
そこに現れるヤシオ先輩とプレアデスの恋。
Nope.
なんでそこに貝が出てくるの？
ねえ、ヒーローショーの台本、この二人に任せて本当に大丈夫なの
？I mean, Akio is one thing, but yeah, why is Frau involved? This is for children. Keep it PG-13 at the very most.
まあ多分大丈夫じゃね?
So no. I decided to let Akitan and Frautan write the hero show itself. I could have done it, but I just can't get motivated when the main characters do. I mean, I figured it'd be better to let them handle it themselves.
やっぱり一度やられそうになる展開は必要だよね。
やられるだと。
Figuratively, Frau. Figuratively.
そうそう。いっそのこと大勢の敵にやられちゃってもいいかも。
部長先輩、恐ろしい子。
They're writing two different genres right now. They're absolutely writing two different genres of fiction. I thought they might be too busy for this, but clearly I was wrong. They seem to be having a blast.
で、橋田さんの方は大丈夫なの？
あんま大丈夫じゃないかもね。
Because of the hero show, I've been busy arranging a whole bunch of things. I have to talk with Mr. Candy about the budget later on, too. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff, but since I'm the one who proposed this, I've got no room for complaints.
だったら早くアメ社長のところに行った方がいいんじゃない？
でもその前に大事なことがあるんだよね。
明日?
Replies Subaru Kyun with a frown. He's currently groaning at the rubric in his hand. His father made the exact same face. Like father, like son. Hold on, wait. It is a new day. Probably nothing, right? Yeah. Can I play Kill Ballad? I'm surprised. Why does Daru even have Kill Ballad? Is it just like, is it one of them pre-installed softwares? I could see that. Maybe that's why they're at odds with each other.
見ればわかるでしょう。今の僕にそんな暇ありませんよ。
どうせそうやってうなってるだけでしょ。だったらちょっとくらい付き合っても罰は当たらんって。
どこへ行くんですか？それを教えてもらえれば考えなくはありません。
教えてほしい？
まあ。
そう。
よっ。
でも秘密。
まあまあ、スバルくん落ち着いて。橋田さんもからかわない。
させん。
When I see a kid this serious, I can't help but want to tease him.
スバルくん、俺からも頼むよ。ちょっとだけでいいからさ。ね。
ヤシオ先輩まで。一体何を企んでるんです？
それは来ればわかるって。ね、この通り。
ちょっとやめてください。
Subaru Kyun grows flustered upon seeing Yashio Kyun bow his head down.
しょうがない。ヤシオ先輩がそこまで言うなら。
来てくれるん？
その代わり少しだけですよ。ほんのちょっとだけですからね。
オッケーオッケー、大丈夫。すぐに帰れるから。
あんなこと言ってよかったの？
いいのいいの。本当のこと言ったら来ないって言うかもしれんでしょ。
そうだけどさ。
You have to be forceful with kids like him, otherwise they'll never change. Geez, kids can be tough nuts to crack. Jenna!
ここだったんですね。探しました。社長がお呼びです。
わかったお。そんじゃヤシオキュン、明日よろしく頼むお。
え、俺も？嘘でしょ？
当たり前じゃん。物事は観測されて初めて現実のものとなるんだから。君は観測者つうことでやろう。
あ、ちょっと。 行っちゃったよ。
I blankly stare at Hashida-san's Titanic body as Hashida-san's Titanic body runs off and Juno approaches me.
日高くんの方どう？
I want to check his
うまく
tweets.
いきそう？
It's not often we get a chance to... Can he play Kill Ballad? Getting hyped! Now what kind of story should I write? Oh boy. Pleiades is tempted to the dark side and something happens. And then, the leader of the dark side will... Can you guys talk about something serious? I'm planning it to be a seriously heated up story. I'm about to heat things up. Got a problem? They have two different ideas of what it means to be heated up. I say heated up, but I mean like how things get spicy. It feels like it was a mistake leaving it to you two. You don't say. Spicy. All right.
どうだろうね。二人次第じゃない。
二人って？
だからスバル君と親父さん。
親父さんって日高くんのお父さん？お父さんが授業するの？
なんでそうなるの？
だってロボレクの話でしょ？
She's right. This all started because we were talking about looking after Subaru's robot lecture. And then at some point, it suddenly became about him and his old man. Why does Hashida-san care so much about Subaru's family issues? Heck, he shouldn't even care about whether the robo lecture goes well or not, and yet he's trying to get both things to go smoothly. Is he just being a nice guy, or is he... And anyway, why the heck am I hanging out with Hashida-san like this every day? He's just so amicable. Never mind. I don't care about Hashida-san. Damn.
どうしたの、ヤシオくん？何か楽しいことでもあった？
え？
だってさっきから嬉しそうだよ。
純ちゃんの気のせいでしょ。
そう？
What is this location? This is incredibly new. I want to Eero this. There's got to be a tag or two, right? Grade 2 small ship. Oh, hell yeah. Give me all them tags, baby. Is that really the only tag here? Really? Really? That's it. That's all there is. Great. I am disappointed. I'm dead tired. I glance over at the clock. It's 5 in the morning. Tanegashima is located farther west than Tokyo, so the sun rises later. Things have just started to brighten up.
眠そうだね。
寝てねえわ。昨日2時間しか寝てねえわ。
今日この時間に来るように言ったの橋田さんでしょ。
普段そんな早く寝ないのに急に早寝しようってのも無理な話だろ、ジョーコ。
I was able to pull all-nighters back when I was younger, but my body can't keep up with that sort of thing nowadays. On the flip side, Yashio-kyun seems to be doing just fine. Youth is a treasure. I almost stayed in bed to let Yashio-kyun deal with everything today, but since I was the one that chose the meeting time, I couldn't let this slide.
それにしてもスバル君遅いね。もしかして来ないんじゃ。
大丈夫でしょ。ああいうタイプの子は一度来るって言ったら。
Mid-speech, I catch the figure of a young man walking toward us.
Good morning.
Good morning!
おはようございます。
Unlike me, Subaru-kyun's face shows no signs of exhaustion as he looks around the area.
それでこんな早くから何をするつもりなんです？
それはもうちょっとすればわかるよ。
That's when we hear the sound of a small truck engine. It's almost like it was waiting for my line. Subaru-kyun looks in the direction of the sound and gasps quietly. The light truck comes closer to us and parks on the side of the road. An older gentleman steps out of it. Whoever could it be?
行くぞ。
行くってどこへ？
If I were Subaru, this is the part where I'd feel like, are we going to my execution? What is happening?
来ればわかる。
I hope this goes well. Subaru Kyun is dumbfounded at the sight of his father, who gets back into his truck without saying much. Eventually, perhaps after stealing his resolve, Subaru follows him into the truck.
さあ、そんじゃ僕たちも行きますか。
本当に俺たちも行くの？
当たり前でしょ。わざわざ早い時間に起きてきたんだから。ここで帰ってどうすんの？
いや、でも俺そういうのちょっと。
I shoved the complaining Yashio Kyun into my car and followed behind the truck. Kidnapping! An hour later, lo and behold, that's the incorrect spelling of lo for this context, but lo and behold, yeah, go fishing. We're at sea. Daru died.
ほら、そっち、しっかり持て。
はい。おっと。
両足でしっかり踏ん張らんから、そういうことになる。
んなこと言われても。
口答えせず、手を動かせ。
Ooh. Daru. So dead. This man is so dead.
なんで俺たちまでこんなこき使われなきゃなんないの？
ですよね。それに関しては完全に僕の計算違いだった。
My plan was for Subaru Kyun and his father to go out fishing together so they can have some bonding time while Yashio Kyun and I watched from afar. But Subaru Kyun's old man is relentless. The second we got out to sea, he started going after us just as hard as he does his son, maybe even worse. And so here we are. Subaru Kyun's father silently puts out the fishing nets and we've been helping. I thought they'd engage in an intimate father-to-son conversation over some light fishing, but the fishing stays the primary focus the entire time. That's great.
親父さんにはちゃんと言ったの？
もちろん言ったさ。二人でしっかり話をして分かり合わなきゃって。
And look where that ended up.
ほら、口を動かしてないで手を動かせ。
はい。
Why does it have to shake so much? I guess this is what it feels like to not have your feet on the ground. Especially now that we're offshore, the turbulence is more extreme. It feels like we're twisting and turning all over the place. And thanks to that, the bread I ate from the convenience store prior to coming here is going on one hell of a journey through my stomach. Oh dear. I may have underestimated the ocean a little bit.
大丈夫？顔色悪いんじゃない？
大丈夫じゃないかも。
都会の人間はだらしがねえな。
He's slicker.
ヤシオ君は平気な。
俺はほら、都会の人間じゃないからさ。
Oh. Oh, please. It's not like country folks are all used to the open ocean. Oh dear.
吐くなら海に吐け。船内に余計なもんぶちまけるんじゃねえぞ。
Before I can get a word out, I run over to the side of the boat and lean my upper body overboard. This is not where I expected this to go. The world is shaking. Both earth and steel are thought to be rock solid, but when observed over a long period of time, even they flow like water. Maybe now that I'm drifting and rocking it like this, I've become one with the world. I glance over to see Subaru Kyun's profile. He's standing right next to me. Is he worried about me? That was my first thought, but I quickly noticed that he's looking in a completely different direction, paying no mind to me. I follow his gaze, and at the end of it is a man of the sea, guiding the nets while beads of sweat roll down his forehead. Every morning before daybreak, this man has been coming out to sea to support his family, awkward as he may be. What does Subaru Kyun see in his father's back right now? Reverence? Awe? Or perhaps... All I did was watch his back.
子供の頃の僕は漁師になりたかった。
Every single day, my father would go out fishing before sunrise and come home in the afternoon. Once home, he'd go out drinking with his neighborhood fishing buddies and go to sleep by sundown. We barely ever crossed paths because of the way he lived his life. Still,
僕は父さんみたいになりたかったんだ。
Yes, that feeling was genuine. At the time, I really felt from the bottom of my heart that I wanted to become a fisherman like Dad. That's just how broad his back looked to me. Broad and reliable, but also scary. Oh! No! No! Oh, I was hoping we get like a little... a younger Subaru picture. Oh! That's too cute! Stop! No! My heart can't handle it!
Yoshi! 僕、父さんみたいになりたい。父さんみたいな漁師になりたい。
そうか、漁師か。それじゃあ、大人になったら二人で漁に出られるように、父さん、それまで頑張らないとな。
I'll never forget how happy he looked when he said that to me. And that day...
スバル、いいもの見せてやろうか。
いいもの？
こいつ、なんだと思う
My father wore a bashful smile on his tanned face as he handed me a large box. It was the robot building kit that I had always wanted. It wasn't a bipedal model, those were expensive back then. It was a quadrupedal animal type. But even then, I was happy. I was so happy. It wasn't just that he got me a robot, it was that he got me a present. That That in and of itself was enough to put me in high spirits.
あ、頭のいいスバルなら、こんなのすぐ組み立てられるだろう。
ねえ、父さんも一緒に作ろう。
何？父さんもか？父さんは、そういうのは。
ねえ、いいでしょ。手伝って。
仕方ないな。ここはどうなってんだ？
見せて見せて。ね、あ、そこはね。
やっぱり父さんはこういうのは向いてないな。
That day, Dad wore a bright smile on his face as we built the robot together.
そうだ。だから僕はますますロボットが好きになっていったんだ。父さんが嬉しそうに笑ってくれるから。だから。
If I build robots, I'll be able to make my father happy. Eventually, my desire to become a fisherman faded away and was replaced by my dream to build robots. But even as I started building robots, Dad gradually stopped smiling. I thought that if I made more impressive robots, maybe he'd smile again. But the harder I worked on them, the less happy he became.
僕父さんみたいになりたい。
Dad, that wasn't a lie. I really wanted to be like you. But now, right now,
父さん。
despite calling out to him, he doesn't turn around. He stays focused on his nets. But I continue speaking nonetheless.
父さん。ごめん。ごめん父さん。やっぱり僕はロボットが好きだ。だから僕は
スバル君。
While Hashida-san lies on his back like a dead sea lion, Subaru silently watches his father's back. I have no clue what's going on in his mind right now. Is he thinking about his childhood? His future? Subaru keeps watching his father guide the fishing nets. Then, finally,
父さん。
he resolutely calls out to him. But his father just keeps tending to the nets. He must have heard him. Even I heard him. There's no way his ears are that bad.
父さん。ごめん。ごめん父さん。
Subaru yells again with everything he has.
漁師が嫌なわけじゃない。父さんみたいになりたいってそう思わなくなったわけじゃない。それでもやっぱり僕はロボットが好きだ。
Subaru yells his heart out. Everything he could never say. Oh my god! Everything he wanted to say. He screams it all out.
だから僕は
Even then, Subaru's father shows no signs of facing his son and saying something kind or understanding. His father's back is turned against him, speechlessly.
いいから手伝え。
The man says,
父さん。
網を引くのを手伝えと言ってるんだ。
ああ。
For someone like me with very little life experience, I can't wrap my head around his response.
何してる？あんたらもだ。
え、もしかして俺も？
ヤシオキュン、ファイト。
二人ともだ。
マジすか。
And so we pulled nets for the rest of the day, confusion lingering in our hearts.
おかしい。どうしてこうなった？
My plan was for the two of them to work together on the boat and learn the importance of acknowledging one another, thereby deepening their familial love. And if things went well, they would have returned to shore as close as could be. Then they'd take a bath together, wash each other's backs, and reclaim the time that they'd lost. So why did it turn out like this? Oh, Daru. I was not expecting that. Alright.
今さら遠慮しないでください。
そうは言うけどさ。
I hope it pans over and Daru is washing his dad's back.
すみません。こんなことに付き合わせてしまって。
別にいいよ。たまには息抜きだって必要だし。
The fishing itself went pretty well. Having said that, since this was my first time, I don't know if we really had a good catch or not. But it wasn't a total bust. Subaru Kyun's father seemed pretty satisfied with it, so it can't have been all bad. After fishing, we took the catch and went back to Subaru Kyun's place. And what was waiting for us there was a hot bath. Oh, okay, so it's not... I thought they were at a bathhouse. Much appreciated after getting sticky in all that seawater. We were discussing who should go first, but none of that ended up mattering. Subaru's old man insisted we all go in together. I totally get Yashio-kun and Subaru-kun getting in together. They're high school buddies who have spent countless hours together. They must have a lot of catching up to do. But do I really belong with them? My attempt at persuading Subaru's father otherwise ended in failure, so here I am.
ヤシオ先輩はすごいですね。
俺は
I'm glad Frau isn't here right now. Her head would explode. She would actually die.
そこに向かって進んでる。すごいことです。
It's also weird seeing him without the glasses. It almost looks like a different character.
俺に比べればもっと早くからやりたいことを見つけてるスバル君の方がよっぽどすごいんじゃない？
僕こそやりたいことはあるのに、目の前の壁を恐れて進むことのできない臆病者ですよ。それに夢に向かって進むのに早い遅いはないと思います。ヤシオ先輩は今しっかり前を向いて歩いている。それだけで十分じゃないですか。
スバル君。
だから僕はそんなヤシオ先輩のことをやっぱり気づいてなかったんですね、僕の気持ち。
Never mind. Remember what I said about Frau being here? She doesn't need to be here. She doesn't need to be here. We got Daru. We got the original Frau. Oh my lord.
ヤシオ先輩の背中大きい。スバル君、どこ触ってんの？
I hope he's saying all of this out loud and they can hear him. Also, I like how the subtitles say it as though they're actually saying this. That's wonderful.
あ、そんなとこ触っちゃダメ。
Oh my lord. This game, dude.
ちょっと芦田さん。
あなたはさっきから何を言ってるんですか？
いや、すまそう。ちょっと僕だけ蚊帳の外って感じだったからつい。
ほんと勘弁してよ。オナちゃんってあるまいし。
まったくですよ。フルゴーリが2人なんて考えただけでもゾッとしますよ。
If Frauton ever saw this, she would freak out. Yes, exactly. She would. Some photos would catch a high prize with her. Don't do this, Daru. Don't even think that. Subaru-kun suddenly changes the subject to one I share an interest in.
どうって？
だからその付き合ってるんじゃないんですか？
Bam. I was wondering about that myself. I heard they were childhood friends, and judging by the way they talk to each other, they're clearly on good terms. But it doesn't seem like they've quite reached the boyfriend-girlfriend level yet. Not that I plan to do anything, even if Aki-tan did turn out to be available. Right, he's got his beautiful waifu and daughter. My waifu is the only one for me. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious about their situation.
何か？
へえ、そうか。スバル君でもそういうの興味あるんだ。
ヤシオ先輩は僕を一体何だと思ってるんですか？
いやいや、別に女子に興味がないとか思ってるわけじゃないよ。ただ、他人のそういうことにはそれほど関心はないだろうって思ってたんださ。
If anything, I'd say he has a very healthy interest in women. But he seems like the type that cares too much about appearances that he struggles to present himself honestly. I guess that goes for Yashio-kyun too.
そりゃ赤の他人とか芸能人のスキャンダルとかそういうのは興味ありません。でも身内に関することなら話は別です。
なるほどね。ってことは俺たちのことは
I was about to say, that's really cute. He considers them family. Aww.
少なくとも一緒に風呂に入る仲ではあるでしょう。
Fair.
確かに。
That would also make me family, given that I'm bathing in the same tub.
でも残念ながらスバル君たちに言えるような進展は何もないよ。
Is that so?
何もですか？
だって俺受験生だし。
それとこれとは別問題でしょう。世の中には受験生でもうまく付き合ってる恋人はいますよ。
それだって人それぞれだよね。悪いけど今の俺は自分のことで手一杯でそんなことには手が回らない。
He's so young. If he keeps telling himself that, he's gonna be my age before he knows it. He should be trying to experience whatever he can while he's still able to. Granted, that's a weird thing to say to the kids who have saved the world.
ヤシオ先輩はそうかもしれませんが、瀬宮先輩は違うでしょう。
The socially awkward Subaru-kyun actually speaks the truth on this one.
アキちゃんはまずは俺が夢に向かって一歩を踏み出すことが大切だって。だから応援するって言ってくれたよ。
ヤシオ先輩はそれが本心だって思ってるんですか？いえ、それこそ今の僕が言えることじゃないですね。すみません。いや。
Look at these two. Love, future, dreams. They have so much to think about, and it may be hard right now, but one day all of these things will come to a head. Once you're an adult and have to deal with real life problems, it's too late. So think long and hard about this stuff while you can. Jeez, I'm really starting to sound like an old man. Oh, looks so good. As soon as we get out of the bath, we're greeted with a whole array of food on the dinner table. Subaru-kyun's father clearly got the jump on us, as he's sitting down with a glass of beer half empty already. Yashio-kyun takes the seat facing Subaru-kyun, who is sitting next to his old man, so I take the seat facing him out of necessity. Once I park myself, he immediately holds out a bottle of beer. When I reluctantly refuse the bottle of beer, Subaru-kyun's father frowns at me. I mean, I did drive here, so... Uh-oh. I hurriedly hold my glass out, and he pours the amber-colored liquid into it. Oh. Awful stuff. Awful stuff. Oh, no. I mean, if I wanted to drink gasoline, I'd just drink gasoline. Thank you very much. Hey, I'm up in my years now. I'm known to go drinking with pals these days. Heck, just the other day, one of my buddies... let's not go there right now. No, let's go there. I wanna hear this story. Anyway, I don't feel it's appropriate to start drinking so early in the day. The feeling of this being kind of taboo makes the beer taste even better.
やっぱこの一杯のために生きてる。
なかなかいい飲みっぷりじゃないか。ほら、もう一杯。
いやいや、その前にパパさんもどうぞ。
おう、悪いな。それじゃあ。
っていうかさ、橋田さん、船酔いしてたんじゃないの？
それは船の中だけの話でしょ。陸に上がったらもうこっちのもんだっつうの。
And any leftover nausea got washed away along with my sweat during our bath.
あ、そう。
それより
ヤシオキュン、
そうそうヤシオ君だ。まあ飲め。
ダメですよ。俺まだ未成年だし。
そう固いこと言うな。ほらほら。
These people who is just like, oh, what's that? You can't drink yet? You're not old enough? It's literally illegal? Drink anyways. Crazy, crazy people. His tan probably hides how drunk he already is. Subaru-kun's father tries to pour beer into Yashio-kun's cup.
ダメだって父さん。無理に飲ませちゃ。
Subaru-kun returns from helping his mother in the kitchen and stops his father in his tracks. He lowers the bottle with a sour expression on his face.
相変わらず真面目なやつだ。そんなことで海の男が務まるぜ。
Subaru-kun's face tenses up for a second in reaction to those words. A man of the sea. Is he still against Subaru-kun pursuing a career in robotics? But Subaru-kun doesn't push back any further, instead placing a large plate down on the table. Oh, now I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. It's covered in all kinds of meaty pieces of sashimi.
ひょっとしてこれは
今取ってきたばかりの魚だ。うまいぞ。
いただきます。
I don't hesitate to reach for the sashimi.
そいつはコブシメだ。
Broad club cuttlefish. Large cuttlefish that can be found near Kagoshima and Okinawa. In Japanese, its name is kobushime, which comes from the dialect kobushimi and means a large cuttlefish with lots of ink. Wonderful.
コウイカと呼ばれるイカです。
I've had cuttlefish in Tokyo, but this is super different. It has a crunchy texture, and the more you chew, the more flavorful it gets.
こっちの魚もうまい。
そっちは金目。それはこっちのは万引きだ。
Mambiki? Type of perch, more commonly known as dolphin fish. They can grow fairly large, up to 2 meters, and weigh up to 40 kilos. Or its name comes from how strong it is, how strong it pulls. Manriki, which turned into Manbiki. It's in different regions. It's also known as Mansaku, Shibitokurai, and in Hawaii it is known as Mahi Mahi. Oh, I know Mahi Mahi. I'm familiar with that term.
そっちじゃシーラって呼ばれてる魚ですよ。足が速いので、なかなか刺身で食べることは少ないんじゃないですか。何ですか？
いや、魚のこと詳しいんだなと思ってさ。
当たり前でしょ。僕だって一応は。
Subaru-kun cuts himself off mid-sentence. I set this up so that the two of them could come together, but I guess it's all the same. These two have probably been this way for a long time. When one side tries to get closer, the other side backs away. They've maintained this same distance from each other They've maintained this same distance from each other this way since forever. But at this rate, nothing will change. I need to show that I'm an adult, lay it out like it is. Or so I thought.
ほら、グッといってグッといって。
あ、どうもどうも。
And before I know it,
いやー、橋田さん、あんた面白いな。
そういうパパさんこそ最高。
he's calling him Papa Son. That's cute.
あ、飲め、ほれ。
パパさんもどうぞどうぞ。
Our little feast gets amped up, and eventually, it's funny. Hashida-san is lying on the floor with his arms spread wide, making a weird noise. Maybe he has sleep apnea. I know sleep apnea. Disorder where a person pauses their breathing or experiences periods of shallow breathing during sleep. Since it happens during sleep, it can be hard to be aware of it. Symptoms include difficulty concentrating or chronic tiredness. Early treatment is needed since this may lead to major conditions such as arrhythmia, cardiac infarction, and strokes. Yeah, it's a bummer of a condition for sure. He should be careful. Hashida-san is fast asleep, but since he can't drive home tonight anyway, Dad told me to let him sleep here. Yashio-senpai must have determined that hanging around here would be pointless, so he pretended to go to the bathroom and quickly went home. At the end of the day, Dad and I are the only ones left. Dad is still drinking on his own. I personally struggle to understand what's so great about alcohol. You're not missing an jack. He starts drinking with his buddies early on in the day. In all honesty, at some point, I started resenting seeing adults like that. You'll understand once you become an adult fisherman. Fisherman! That's what Dad always told me, but... I pour some water into a cup and offer it to him. He nods lightly, takes the cup, chugs it in one go, then slowly stands himself up. After all that drinking, his feet are still firm. That's the last thing he says before trying to leave the living room. It's all the same. Nothing has changed. I haven't closed the distance between us at all. I know full well why Hashida-san did what he did today. It's pretty obvious. But what am I supposed to do? I tried my best to close the gap between us. But Dad's the one that keeps backing away. Hashida-san was right about everything. So, today, yet again, even I know this is bad. I've always run away. I ran away from confronting the robots I love so much. I ran away from confronting my own father. It's the same with the festival. I keep whining about having to teach children. Kids are obnoxious, insane, and they don't understand words. So I don't want anything to do with them. I had no intention of dealing with them. But maybe, just maybe, if I faced them head on, if I were able to confront my demons head on, and succeed, then could we come to an understanding? Maybe we can... No, it's not about can or can't. It's about whether I want to or not. That's why I... Just as my father is about to disappear past the door, I unconsciously call out to him. He freezes in place, ready to close the door. My father silently waits for me to speak. For some reason, these are the words that exit my mouth. The Robo lectures the day after tomorrow. Considering the current situation, I don't know what it is that I can demonstrate to my father there. But if I can successfully teach those kids, maybe something will change. Maybe I can start looking my father in the eye. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's all I've got. I silently wait for my father's response. He quietly mutters, and just like that, he closes the door. Golly gosh. Okay, I'm done for today. Now I'm hungry. All that fish. Now I want some fish. Gosh darn it. Alright. That's all she wrote. Bye.